Shalom, fam, Israel, and guests. Welcome back to Each One Reach One. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate your time. Let us begin by giving all praise, all honor, and all glory to the Most High YAHAWAH, SHAM, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWAH. We ended our last video in Exodus chapter 21, picking up today in Exodus chapter 22. Right? Again, I really don't have to go through all of these. Points should be made by now, but we're going to beat the horse into oblivion. Well, not into oblivion, because I really can go way deeper than I'm going to. I just don't want this to be, as long as it really could be, because it's not really necessary. So, I'm not going to use the bazooka on an ant, but we're going to definitely use the sledgehammer. Okay. So Exodus chapter 22, verse 1. If a man shall steal an ox or a sheep and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox, and for a sheep off the top. Context should tell you the people being spoken to, the people given these instructions, the people given this ordinance would be a people who would have oxen, who would have sheep, right? If we don't have oxen and sheep now, we don't have oxen and sheep now, it's not talking to us, right? This can't be meant for us, and none of us in our nation possess our own sheep and oxen. So we have to understand, we have to use common sense and say, this ain't for us. See, we in Israel, there's a lot of hypocrisy, because a lot of people in Israel, they can see the logic, and they try to say, it's stupid for, these heathens to, just pick up our book and, try to apply the scriptures to them, and, try to say that salvation is for them. And, they try to make the book apply to them. They'll admittedly say, it's dumb. It's just stupid for these people to pick up a book, right, that was written by and to a specific people and say, hey, pick up this book thousands of years later and say, you know what? Now I'm reading this book, so this stuff in here applies to me because I'm reading the book and it's saying you or every man or whatever. So I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm reading the book, this applies to me. See, that sounds like foolishness to us in Israel, right? It sounds foolish to think that, you can come along and, somebody can come along and find a letter on the ground and just start applying the stuff that's written to whoever it was written to unto themselves. That sounds like madness. It's foolishness. You can't respect that line of thinking, right? But it's the same foolishness that allows our people right now to pick up the book. Yeah, this is written to us, for us, by us, but not everything applies to us in this time. It's the same level of foolishness, only they can't see it. Verse 2, if a thief be found breaking up and be smitten that he die, there shall no blood be shed for him. If the sun be risen upon him, there shall be blood shed for him, for he should make full restitution. If he have nothing, then he shall be sold for his theft. Let me ask you something, fam. If you were to catch somebody stealing, breaking into your house and stealing, right? Taking your stuff. He's unable to make restitution because he has nothing with which to make restitution. He shall be sold for his theft. Are you able to take that man and sell him? Would you be able to do it? No, you would not be able to do it, right? You would go to jail, right? You would go to prison, right? But it's in the law, right? So for you law keepers, for you law lovers, have you done this? I'm pretty sure you've been stolen from, right? I'm pretty sure that whoever stole from you was unable to make full restitution. Did you capture that person? Did you take that person into your possession and then sell them to cover your theft? I mean, to cover their theft of your property? No? Then you're a lying hypocrite. Then you don't really keep the law. You just playing. You just playing. You just playing with the law. Like the Most High play like that, right? Playing. If the theft be certainly found in his hand alive, whether it be ox or ass or sheep, he shall restore double. If the man shall cause a field or vineyard to be eaten, and shall put in his beast, and shall feed in another man's field, of the best of his own field, because these are people who, most of them, you know what I'm saying, if not all of them, will have their own fields. Because they're in their own land, they got flocks and fields and crops and everything else, everything that we don't have in this time on the whole, or even on the majority, or even on the half of us, right? Of the best of his own field and of the best of his own vineyard shall he make restitution. So you should see that this doesn't apply to you, to me, to we. That's madness. If fire break out and catching thorns, so that the stacks of corn or the standing corn or the field be consumed therewith, he that kindled the fire shall surely make restitution. If a man shall deliver unto his neighbor money or stuff to keep, and it be stolen out of the man's house, if the thief be found, let him pay double. If the thief be not found, then the master of the house shall be brought unto the judges to see whether he have put his hand unto his neighbor's goods. For all manner of trespass, whether it be for ox, for ass, for sheep, for raiment, or for any manner of lost thing, which another challengeth to be his, the cause of both parties shall come before the judges. What judges? The heathens? The Gentiles? No, the judges of our own nation, right? We understand that that's what this is talking about. He ain't saying take these people, take them to the judges of the heathens. No, the judges of our own nation, because Israel is supposed to judge Israel. We're not supposed to take our matters outside of our nation. But our women do every day. Every day they call the police on Israelite men. Israelite men call the police on Israelite men. You would go to court and go to jail. I mean, go to the judges, go to, you know what I'm saying? And everybody go pointing fingers and snitching to the heathens and so forth. We bring the heathens into all of our business, don't we? Because you love their law. But then at the same time have the nerve to say that the Most High's law is still in effect and that you love the law and that you keep the law. But you don't, because you can't. Where are our judges in Israel? Where are they? Who are they? Please, if you know, spread the word, fam, so the rest of us can be made aware. Don't hide the information. Divide the information. Come on. Part with it. Fill us in. Right? The cause of both parties shall come before the judges. Now I'm going to answer this. Of Israel. Shall come before the judges of Israel, and whom the judges of Israel shall condemn, he shall pay double unto his neighbor. It's like this isn't talking to us. We have no judges within our own nation. That's their whole purpose is to judge matters between our own nation. Only judges that we know about or have any kind of awareness of are the judges of the people who run the society that we live in, the judges in the countries that we live in. These aren't our people. You're not supposed to bring your matters to them. Where are the judges of Israel? We don't have any. Any judges of Israel, for Israel, governing matters of only Israel. We don't have it. The reason why that system doesn't exist is because all of this is not in effect anymore. This was for the time period. We are not in our own land with our own judges, our own system of law. So this is not for us. Can you go to Canada and you're in America and try to go apply your law, the laws of America in Canada? Can you go from America to Britain or go to anywhere in the country? Can you go from one country to another and go and try to apply the laws of the one country in another? No, you can't. Why? Because laws are attached to land. Does anybody understand that? Laws are attached to land. Get it? The laws of the Lord, the 10 Commandments, those can apply to anyone at any time. Everywhere you are able to keep the laws of the Most High. And keeping those 10 Commandments will not cause you to go afoul of the law of the land. Trying to keep the law of Moses will cause you to go afoul of the law of the land. And if you believe for 1 second that the Most High wants you, want all of Israel locked up and on death row, you're fucking stupid. He wants all his men that he loves being locked up with all the wicked men, right? For trying to keep his law, for trying to keep the law of Moses, right? That's what he wants. He wants righteous men on death row for keeping the law of Moses. That's what he wants, right? If you're saying that, your God is not my God. Your power is not my power. Your father, not mine. We serve different gods. Your God is unrighteous, wicked, and fucking evil. Wow. Just wow. Right? All right. So if a man deliver unto his neighbor an ass or an ox or a sheep or any beast to keep, and it die, or be hurt or driven away, no man seeing it, then shall an oath of the Lord be between them both, that they have not put his hand, that he hath not put his hand unto his neighbor's goods, and the owner of it shall accept thereof, and he shall not make it good. And if it be stolen from him, he shall make restitution unto the owner thereof. If it be torn in pieces, then let him bring it for witness, and he shall not make good that which was torn. And if a man borrow aught of his neighbor, and it be hurt or die, the owner thereof being not with it, he shall surely make it good. But if the owner thereof be with it, he shall not make it good. If it be an hired thing, it came for its hire. Sundry laws. Verse 16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. Oh boy. Okay. Come on, law keepers. Come on, law pushers. Come on, law lovers. Let's flesh this out. You love the law, right? The law is still in effect, right? Well, then according to the law, if you have ever sweet talked a woman or used some good old game and lied to a woman or whatever you did, you talked a woman, you know what I'm saying, out of her panties, right? She wasn't betrothed. So, you know, you didn't make a mistake. You didn't violate by having sex with a woman that was betrothed, right? So you took a woman who was on the market. She was available, right? Okay, you got a woman, she was available. You enticed that woman. You know what I'm saying? You talked that good old talk, gave her that sweet talk, hit her with that game. You know what I'm saying? You came with all the right bait that you knew it was going to take in order to get those panties to drop, right? What are you supposed to do? You lie with her, right? You have sex with her, right? He shall surely endow her to be his wife. Boy, you know, according to this law, every woman that you've ever slept with, that was not another man's woman, you are responsible for, fam. You're supposed to come out your pocket and endow her to be your wife. You're supposed to pay for her now. She's supposed to be your responsibility now, fam. That's the law. Oh, you don't like that one though, huh? Not that one. That law ain't in effect no more. Not that one. Right? Come on, man. If her father utterly refused to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins. You supposed see, because this is what you're supposed to do. Come on, fam. Come on. How many of you have made every woman that you slept with your wife? How many of you are footing the bill for every woman that you slept with that was not another man's woman? How many of you are taking care of every woman? According, like as the law says, you slept with that woman, you're now responsible for that woman. She's yours now. You're supposed to foot the bill, all of them. But you don't like that law. Right? Verse 18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Suffer means allow. You should not allow a witch to live. You know what's rampant within the quote unquote Black community, the Israelite community? Are women being witches. Black women have turned to witchcraft in high numbers. This is something that exists in our nation. How many have you killed, fam? How many? Some of you should have killed your own mothers according to this law. Thou shalt not allow a witch to live. Did you know that makeup is considered witchcraft? Did you know that? It's considered trickery, witchcraft. Damn near like shape-shifting. How many women have you killed for being witches? How many actual witches out here, women, Israelite women who are out here practicing witchcraft, because there are many. How many have you hunted down and killed? According to this law, boy, man, Israelites supposed to be out here like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, man. Y'all supposed to be running around here slaying shit left and right. Left and right. But you ain't doing it. But you love the law, but the law's still in effect, but you ain't doing it. So you're willing to disobey the Most High's law in order to respect the law of the land? If the law, if we're supposed to obey this law, these laws, regardless of the laws of the land, and you're not obeying these laws, you're not executing these judgments, that means you're fearing these heathens more than you're fearing the Most High. You're respecting their laws more than his. You're obeying their laws more than his. Uh-oh. Hypocrites, liars, dead men walking. Come on, man, walk it like you're talking. Verse 19, whosoever lieth with the beast shall surely be put to death. He that sacrificeth unto any god, save YAHAWAH only, he shall be utterly destroyed. Come on, fam. Come on. Anybody? Come on. How many? Is everybody out here running around here, fam, worshiping YAHAWAH? Nope. But we know plenty of people are walking around here sacrificing to their gods, and sacrifice don't just mean killing animals, right? It's anything that you're doing for your belief system, for your God, your religion, right? It could be sacrificing your time, sacrificing your money, right? Sacrificing your relationships. Come on. How many non-Israelites have you guys utterly destroyed, fam? How many Israelites that don't believe in Yahawah, Bahashem YAHAWASHI, that don't believe in the God of Israel, have you put to death, fam? How many? How many? Oh, none? Oh, okay, okay. Verse 21, thou shalt neither vex a stranger nor oppress him, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. Thou shalt neither vex a stranger nor oppress him. What's the meaning to vex? To suppress, oppress, treat violently, maltreat, to do wrong. You shall not do wrong to any, not do wrong, maltreat, treat violently, suppress, or oppress any non-Israelites. But you do all the time. All the time. You shall not afflict any widow. Many men in Israel have done this. Or fatherless child. Many men in Israel have done this. If thou afflict them in any wise, and they cry at all unto me, I will surely hear their cry, and my wrath shall wax hot. And I will kill you with the sword, and your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless. If thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee, thou shalt not be to him as a usurer. Neither shalt thou lay upon him usury, meaning you're not supposed to charge tax or interest on nothing to your people. You're not supposed to tax your people. You're not supposed to add any interest to anything they owe you, to anything you loaned them. If thou at all take thy neighbor's raiment to pledge, thou shalt deliver it unto him, by that the sun goeth down. For that is his covering only. It is his raiment for his skin. Wherein shall he sleep? And it shall come to pass, when he crieth unto me, that I will hear. For I am gracious. Thou shalt not revile the gods, nor curse the ruler of thy people. Despise, curse, right? To be slight, to be swift, be trifling, be of little account, right? Thou shalt not delay to offer the first of thy ripe fruits and of thy liquors, the firstborn of thy sons shalt thou give unto me. How do you give your firstborns unto the Lord, fam? You're supposed to, according to the law, you're supposed to give the firstborn unto the Most High. How do you do it? No temple, no Levitical priests, no altars. How do you give your firstborn, the firstborns of your sons unto the Most High? How do you do it? Thou shalt not delay to offer the first of thy ripe fruits and thy liquors. But most of us don't have land or flocks or gardens, no crops. How are you able to give the first of thy ripe fruits? When you have none. You can't give nothing from nothing. I mean, or let me rephrase that. You can't give nothing from something, or something from nothing. There we go. Finally got it, y'all. Finally got it. You can't give something from nothing. So how do you do it? How do you give something when you have nothing? How do you give what you don't have to give? And why would the Most High require of you to give him something in which you don't have to give? That would make him unrighteous. Unrighteous. You call the Most High wicked. Like, who do you think my father is, man? Rumpelstiltskin? I need you to spend all this straw into gold. Man, are you serious? How am I supposed to turn straw into gold, man? That's what y'all act like. Y'all act like the Most High is fucking Rumpelstiltskin or something. Like he's sitting there telling us to make gold out of straw. Turn straw into gold, man. It's impossible. And if the Most High were to demand that of us, he would be unrighteous. But yet, that's exactly what you're saying his character is like. You're saying that's exactly the equivalent of what he has done. If all of these laws and ordinances are still in effect, he has essentially told you and demanded of you to turn straw into gold, and it's impossible. Therefore, that makes him unrighteous, wicked, and an evil power, which is not worthy to be worshipped. And we know that's not the case. So where's the problem? Where does it lie? It lies with men, the understanding of men. And it's time to come out of all of this foolishness, right? Verse 30, likewise shalt thou do with thine oxen. We don't have any oxen, as I iterated before. And with thy sheep, we don't have any sheep. 7 days it shall be with his dam. On the 8th day, thou shalt give it me. And ye shall be holy men unto me. Neither shall ye eat any flesh that is torn of beasts in the field. Ye shall cast it to the dogs. Now, if we are a people that don't have our own flock, and we got to go to the store, right, to go get our meat, and the command, this ordinance is, ye shall not eat, neither shall ye eat any flesh that is torn of beasts in the field. How do you know whether the meat that arrived at your table, the meat that you bought in the store, how do you know whether or not it was torn of beasts in the field before it got to the supermarket? How do you know? You don't know, right? You have no way of knowing. So it would be unrighteous for the Most High to hold you responsible for this, and you don't control the meat that you eat. It's almost as if this is meant for people who would have control of their own livestock that they ate. And it's not you. That means this don't apply to you, right? If it don't apply, it's not for I, right? We got to let go. We got to let go of all the fallacies that we learned when we first came into the truth from these camps. You got to stop following the crowd. That's why our Lord says, enter ye in at the straight gate, right? Enter ye in the straight gate. We understand that few there be that find it. Few there be that find the straight gate. That means, and he said, wide is the way and broad is the gate that leadeth unto destruction. Or is it broad is the is the gate, wide is the way? Let's get it so we don't paraphrase incorrectly. All right. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way. See, I mix that up a lot. Wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Right? Many there be which go in thereat. That means the majority of people, will be going the wrong way. They're going to be doing the wrong thing. Whatever the masses are doing, that's the wide gate. That's the broad way. The straight gate will be the direction in which the fewest amount of people are walking in. The straight gate, a smaller number of people would be going through that gate. Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way, which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Few there be that find it. And my prayer to you is that you enter in through the straight gate. Narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. If you're here, you found it. You found it. And so I give all praise, honor, and glory unto the Most High, the highest, the righteous, almighty God, who knows what he was doing. He didn't decree unrighteous decrees, didn't give us commandments, laws, statutes, ordinances that we could not adhere to. That's not what he did. So again, we say, call halayim like YAHAWAH, SHAM, Hamashiach, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWAH, Until next time, Israel. Shalom.